My number four is another movie that nobody asked for, a movie that people forget that Disney actually produced. The Super Mario movie. You know the Super Mario movie? Not the one that just came out a couple years ago, the one from the 90s, which is notoriously one of the worst movies ever. You want to look up Super Mario movie? I'll put a picture here to demonstrate just how awful this movie was. Whether it's bad effects, whether it's bad dialogue, whether it's bad actors, or just a terrible representation of the Mario movie. Because for some reason, video game movies blew up in the 90s and everybody had to make a bad movie, including Disney. Some notable reviews from this from Rotten Tomatoes. How do people watch this stuff? It makes me puke watching this movie. It's that kind of movie that makes you never go to the movie theaters. A real life movie of Super Mario's is a mistake, says Daniel Panera. And then Wendy K. Not the worst movie ever, but there has certainly never been any adaptation that hated its own source material more. Not even The Last Airbender tried that hard to violate their fans with this amount of vitriol, said Wendy K. Ouch. Not the kindest of words for the Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, and honestly, the biggest problem I have with that movie is why is it live action? I hate like you take an animated game or you take some cool characters like this when you don't have the technology to, I don't know, just look up the picture of Bowser. Look at how horrifying John Leguizamo looks dressed up as Mario. Like it's one of those ridiculous movies. Like, this should never have been a live action movie to begin with because it looks absolutely stupid and it looks ridiculous. The costume designs are abysmal as well. And what this movie reminds me of is, the original picture of Sonic? And
Yep.
everyone was like,
What?
what the fuck is that? That's not Sonic.
Yep.
That's the entire movie. Like, why is this live action? Like, the Sonic movie, like, was live action and he's animated, it, like, wasn't as bad, but, like, you watch the animated Mario movie and you're like, "Oh, it looks like they actually try and replicate some of the gameplay." Maybe, like, it's kind of a cookie cutter plot, but it's made for kids, so you're like, "Oh, that movie was enjoyable." This movie, it's like a live action movie that
Just a
looks like
nightmare.
Galaxy Quest.
It's just a nightmare, too.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, like, yeah, a lot of people have said it's nightmare fuel for their dreams. It's terrifying.
It's god awful.